Hello, welcome back to the Gray Say There's a Better Way. My Pot Smokers Bible channel show dedicated to the things that the Gray have taught me and the things that I will be doing in the future, be with their help. I am Zion. I am the author of a dual book called the Pot Smokers Bible Book of Zion, which is a book, unpublished manuscript that I have video published as part of a series of instructions that I followed in order to become the Zion of the Most High God of Israel, the spokesperson for the Gray to humanity and for humanity to the Gray. So I am the interface between the Gray, who are God, and humanity. And as such, I have been taught their ways, their morality, their judgments on our society and the society that they come from. Because as part of my job as the Zion of the Most High God of Israel, I will be instituting the Gray Way. I will be teaching, well, I'm in the process of teaching the Gray Temple Complex political structure, which we will institute in Zion once the Gray have arrived and established us as their priesthood and their presiding place on earth, which is the nation of Zion. Now, the government of Zion will be, as I said, instituted following the Gray social order, which is called the complex, the temple complex, where a network of guilds function as government offices. Each guild is associated with a chair in the presiding government, which is called the Council of Elders. The councils of elders are elected officials, elected from amongst the top of their field of qualifying uh, entrance into the vote. So I've been talking about how every person in the nation of Zion will upon completion of their education enter into the guild that they have been selected for, or they have selected for themselves. And how if you don't get the guild of your choice, you can use an auxiliary guild system to go ahead and study that and then try later to get into it or to make it a hobby. But once you're within, say you have your guild choice, and you have risen to to a level where you are eligible for entry into the political arena. About halfway through your career in your chosen profession in your guild, you will be given the option to begin taking courses that will enable you to later in life go into the political profession, so that those people who are qualified will automatically be given entry forms into the political arena, so that upon their 50th birthday, they will be able to function as the chair, as the chosen person in the chair at their level of government, at the beginning levels of government. Each person who is a political representative of the government is trained from the point where they are qualified. Say, it's like you'll receive a letter that says you're qualified for government, for future government participation, if you so choose. If you choose to be a manager, then you will be trained to manage. And upon your 50th birthday, you will go into managing your guild at whatever level you qualify for in your training. If you want to go into higher office, you have to work through the managership into these higher levels because the elders of the profession run the chair. And each person who gets the chair at the highest level, the elder chair, has to qualify as um, a functioning bureaucrat to head every department in their chair, and every department is every guild associated with that chair. So only those who are trained to become politicians can enter into the political arena. Now, those who are at the age of 50, you exit one phase of your life and you enter into what's called your retirement, which means that you are either elevated. It's like these are the options that you're given at retirement. You can retire. Say you just you just don't want to work. You just want to retire. You're still fun. You're still young enough to enjoy life. Go for it. That's your choice. If you say love to teach, then you can become a teacher in your profession. You can work with school age children in the apprenticeship classes, or you can teach at different levels. Like you can be a journeyman teacher, you can be, a stewardship teacher. You can teach at whatever level you choose. Or you can go to the university level, which would be the highest level, where you would actually be in charge of perfecting your trade, of inventing new things in association with your trade, so that your retirement can be you further exploring your trade, perfecting it, teaching it, running it, or going towards government. Now, upon your 60th birthday, if you have continued to qualify for political choice, you are then qualified to enter competition for the next open chair in your department. Now, each guild has chairs, each guild has its own set of elders. And this is the level I'm talking about. So when you're 60 years old, you'll be able to chair or be on the chair of elders for your guild, your department within the chair of the elder council. Then when you're 70, you can go to the big chair. And at each of these stages, you are elected. And within each of these departments, there is a whole government bureaucracy that you will be automatically entered into. So at age 50, if you decide political is your choice, then you will go into the political bureaucracy and work your way up through your bureaucratic guild that will be specifically for 50 and older in their fields, and you will become part of the functioning government. And but our system of elections is not based on anything like democracy. In fact, the only time that a chair becomes available is upon retirement or incompetence. Here, an incompetence hearing, a voted to be voted out, to be medically discharged, to die. So you won't be elected every 4 years. One person might hold that chair for what counts as a lifetime. But then again, if that person is competent enough to hold that chair for that entire time, why would you fix something that's broken, that's not broken? Why would you hold an election to take somebody out of office who's doing an awesome job and who's definitely proficient at their job? that's just childish and stupid. Just because everybody wants to play. No, we want the most competent person, that we want the most competent elder in the chair for as long as that person is competent. Because there's always going to be the chair beneath them that'll need that, there's thousands of chairs. There's a whole bureaucracy of government. And each person in that government is a competent government official professional, 50 years or older. Now, for those who are 50 years and older who don't want to go into teaching, and they don't want to go into government, but they don't really want to retire, there is the auxiliary guild system, which allows people 50 years of older or older to choose a new career to work. Now, usually during your career, you have a reduced time that you have to work because everybody works the same hours. So, in your spare time, a lot of people will have chosen an auxiliary guild that they've already been working towards their whole life. And then they can go into the secondary guild as an apprentice, which will be, of course, a qualifying or whatever they qualify for. They'll be able to take a test to enter at whatever level they belong at. And then they will become a member of this secondary guild so that their hobby now becomes their primary job. But their auxiliary guild. So they get to choose, if they don't want to do the whole 20 hours, they don't have to. If they want to give 10, they can give 10. Whatever. The point is, they're given the option to excel in their secondary field once their first field is accomplished. Or they can go into higher levels of the field that they're already in. So that the government functions as a competent business operation. But the business of the government is to provide for the people through the guilds. Now, the idea and the way that it works in the Greys world is that every person in their primary guild is a competent professional, so that to equate human abilities with the Grey and with the Grey way, every person, even an apprentice on their world, is more competent and qualified and professional in their guild than our most competent retiring professional. Because that person, that Grey, has been literally training their entire life towards their profession. They've been taught only by the most competent professionals in their field. Very important difference. We're taught by people who read books to teach us how to do things. And those people, it's like the closest thing I can come to in human terms is this old house. Now, the guy who did this old house, or still does it, I believe, is a competent professional in his field. And he is training people on television. But in Zion, he would be an elder teacher. And he would be amongst a group of teachers of his caliber who would be responsible for training the youngest class member in the guild classes. So, may the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm, and may they teach you right from wrong. May you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it, and make that your guild choice when you get to camp. My name is Zion. If you use drugs to stay happy and high, you have every right to use them to. Believe me, I know. I wrote the books. I'm not going to say goodbye. I'm going to say later now.